Howdy, I'm Kyle Lindley. I'm a junior at Texas A&M currently, but my story is quite a story. So back in my sophomore year of high school, it was spring break. That last Friday of spring break, I just got back from a mission trip in Laredo, and we're coming back. I was hanging out with some friends in the car. No one was drunk. No one was drinking. It was just driving experience, and we were turning left into Chick-fil-A out in Lakeway. And my friend was driving. I was passenger. There's a guy in the back, and my friend was driving, and he turns left on a green light, not a green arrow, so it's unprotected. So it's technically our fault. But the other car was coming down at about 75, 80 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone, and they T-bone us right on my side. We spin twice. We hit a pole right on my side again. I had to be pulled. Everyone in the crash was fine besides me. There were about 10 people in the wreck, all high school age, and everyone's fine but me. And I was in a 6 week coma, sent to 6 week coma immediately. I was pulled from the car by the jaws of life. Once I got in the hospital, I had organ failure. I was put on life support. Um, when I woke up from my 6 week coma, my entire right side was paralyzed. I had a tracheotomy and a feeding tube. Luckily, that was the only surgeries I had, but they had put in a brain monitor to make sure my brain didn't swell up, because if it swelled up more, they'd have to cut open my skull so the swelling would go down. Luckily, that didn't happen. I got like that close, but didn't happen. So we're thanking God for that. But so about when I got in the hospital, they told me, or I guess they told my parents, because I was in a coma, that about a third of my brain was injured, including the frontal lobe, temporal lobe, cerebellum or cerebellum. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then the speech area of your brain, and then parts of my brain stem were injured. Um, so when I woke up, I could not read, write, walk, or talk. My speech therapies, they would hold up an alphabet chart, point to this letter, say, "This is A, Kyle. Make this shape with your mouth. A, A." So I'd do A sometimes. Sometimes I wouldn't, and I couldn't talk to the tricks. They didn't think I'd remember how to talk. And then and then I went in the coma on March 18th, 2016, and I actually woke up on my parents' 25th anniversary, April 27th, 2016. And uh, and I woke up, I got the trach that day, and they told me I went through all my therapies: speech therapy, occupational, physical therapy, and then music therapy. Music therapy helps so much, but um, and then they told me in speech therapy I wasn't gonna be talking for months, if even. And so the next day, I woke up and my head hurt really bad because of the brain injury. And I woke up and I muttered something just a little, just. And my mom, like, I don't even know if you could hear that on the computer screen, but and my mom goes, "Kyle, did you just talk? Do you just talk?" And then my mom says to a nurse, "Oh, Kyle just talk. Kyle just talk." Every nurse and doctor sprints in my room. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Every doctor and nurse is like, "Kyle, say apple, say this, say apple." And I was like, "Apple." And it was way quieter than that, but just so the computer could pick it up. But it's super faint, was barely talking, but I can make a noise, and that gave me enough hope to then just continue to do it. And I thought to myself, this is gonna be hard, but it's not gonna be impossible. The doctors didn't think that I couldn't talk for months, I'm doing it a day later, I might be able to actually do this and recover. So gained all the weight back. Now gained too much weight back, but I gained all my weight back. Um, I I was in inpatient rehab for. So I woke. Sorry. So I woke up. I'm backtracked. I woke up on April 27, 2016. Did my rehab, sped through all that, and one nurse told me that it was like I just snapped and woke up, because I was only in the hospital till May 5th after that, and then I got released, did outpatient rehab for a little while, and that did outpatient rehab for about 4 or 5 months, and then I got cleared to play lacrosse again because I had D1 offers for lacrosse before this, but I didn't get those back. But I could play again. That's all that mattered. And so, um, yeah, so I got cleared for lacrosse again. So I moved more into a train for the game type of therapy, to where I just was doing athletic stuff, not just like, can I walk again? It's can I sprint again? Can I cut again? Am I agile as I used to be? But but yeah, so the physical recovery only took me about didn't even take me a year. It took me a couple months. Took me a few months, 4 or 5, to get my actual weight back. But it took me a little over a year, and I still feel some recovery for my actual brain to recover and me to act like normal again, I guess. And so now I'm at Texas A&M, if you couldn't tell. Howdy, gig 'em. And I'm an econ major. And yeah, so that's where I'm at now. That's my stories. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks and gig 'em.